Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, I see we have one attendee today. Again, just let me know if you can hear me. Just send me a quick message through that questions box down there.
Just letting you know I'm here.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can.
Good, good. Okay, so you're actually my only attendee today, so you're going to get the special treatment since you're the only one. Ask as many questions as you want. So I'm
Okay.
just go through just a little bit of criminal e-filing with PeachCourt. It's very simple. To get started, I'm going to show you the courts that we actually have criminal available in right now. Let's see. Okay, so right now we have these courts available. We have Bullock, State and Superior, Carroll Superior, Camden, Newton, Oconee, and Webster Superior, and Fannin and Catoosa are joining us this month. So they will be added to that list very soon. But right now, these are the courts that we have criminal e-filing available in. If you file into Bullock or Oconee, those are actually free of charge to you. The cost has been covered by the county. In the other courts, the cost to e-file would be $7. So once you have a login for PeachCourt, you just go to sign in. And I'm just going to sign in really quickly here. All right. And are you from a state agency or are you with a criminal defense attorney?
Criminal defense attorney.
Okay. All right. So the first thing we're going to come to here is the case search. Obviously, if you're defense, you're only going to be filing into existing cases. You would never initiate a new criminal case, obviously. So we're just going to go to one of our criminal courts here. We're going to go to Carroll. And you can search by either case number or the party name. The case number, if you know the warrant case number and you're not sure if it's been indicted yet, you can enter that case number. And if it has been indicted, when you click on that in our docket, it will take you to the indicted case. So I'm going to show you how that works. This is one of Carol's warrant case numbers here. And you see it's the first one that pops up there, and it's a SUWA case. But when I click on it, it takes me to the SUCR case,
Okay.
which is what's been indicted. So you wouldn't have to worry about whether or not it's been indicted or not. If it has been, it's going to automatically take you to that docket. So let's go back here and just search for a CR case, and we're going to file into that. All All right, so it's the first one that's popped up here in our search results. And here we go. I'm going to show you a little bit about the docket first. So you're going to have the case status here, the assigned judge on the case, any attorneys that have filed into the case that are listed as attorneys of record. This particular case has a co-defendant. So the defendant that you see listed at the top, as well as the defendant that you see listed under defendant, is whose docket you're on. So all of these charges, the events, and the filings are related to that defendant. In order to get to the other defendant associated with that case number, you would just click View Case Docket, and it's going to take you to the exact same kind of page, but it would be for the other defendant. So if you do have a co-defendant case, just be sure you're on the correct docket before you file into it to be sure you've got the correct defendant listed there at the top. Further down, you'll see we have the charges listed. If there has been a disposition in the case, you'll see that there as well, along with the disposition date. You'll see any events that have been scheduled. We get this directly from the clerk's system. So anything the clerk enters or any calendar dates that are scheduled will immediately be available in PeachCourt for you to see the court date or what's coming up. Below that, we have the docket where all the filings in the case are available. And just for an example here, I'm going to click on accusation. And it'll take just a moment for that preview to pop up. So here is here's the accusation filed on this case. You'll see it's obviously the same for both of the defendants, but it's going to show up on both of their dockets. So if you wanted to purchase a copy, it would be the same way as our civil is as far as document purchases go. You just select the payment account, click View. Are you sure you want to access this document? Yes. And in just a moment, you'll see a link pop up. There we go. So you could click this link to download. That link is good there for 24 hours if you purchase it, so you can go back within 24 hours. And if you pull up this preview, it's going to give you this link. It knows that you purchased it less than 24 hours ago, so you can access it again. And then any sentence or anything filed is going to be on this docket with the ability to purchase a copy of it or anything that you need. But if we're filing into this case, obviously we're going to click here to file into this case. There we go. And for criminal dockets, it's going to list the state of Georgia as the plaintiff. And if you are not a prosecutor filing, it's going to have it grayed out where you can only select the defendant. So you're just going to change that to a yes. This step is pretty simple. All right, so this is the document upload page. What I'm going to upload today is a motion. So I'm going to go to the document type. I'm going to type in motion. That comes up. And we do have a lot of different criminal document types available. This list is different on the criminal cases than what it is from the civil cases. Obviously, because a lot of criminal document types will be different than what the civil ones are. So all of those are available for you there. Let's see. We'll just put something there in the description. That's fine. So we click to add a PDF. And I'm going to do a little demo here. And that's going to add my PDF there. And you'll notice the upload button turns green. So we just click that, and that's going to put it under user uploaded documents. You'll still see the PeachCourt generated documents section here, but we won't ever actually generate anything for criminal cases. So that's always going to be empty. So don't be alarmed if you do see that there. All right. So,
Okay, so question for you. As far as these PDF files, let's say I'm entering into a case, I still have to complete the entry and waiver, say through Word, and then upload it via PDF to PeachCourt?
Yes, ma'am. It does have to be in PDF form just because that's what the clerk's system can accept. Their system can only accept a PDF file. There's a few simple ways to convert it, though. In the newer version of Word, you can actually just do save as and then change the format in the dialog box there to save as a PDF. and it will actually save it in your computer as a PDF. If you don't have a scanner that does that, or if you're filing by electronic signature and you haven't printed to sign anything that you would have to scan.
Okay.
All right, and also on this page, if you needed something else to upload here, you would simply select another document type, like say we had entry of appearance. There we go. And you just click to add another PDF. And that populates there under user uploaded documents. So you don't actually have to do a separate filing for each document. You can upload an unlimited number here. You could have 100 documents to upload, and they'll all be on this one page.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to click next. Electronic service. Right now, if anyone had e-filed into this case before, you would see them listed here under e-filers of record, and you could just click add next to their name and it'll add them for service. The thing about electronic service is it actually isn't any additional cost when you're filing into criminal cases. It's included, whether you're filing into a court that has the $7 fee or if you're filing into a court that has covered the cost of criminal e-filing for you. There's no additional cost for e-service like there is in civil. So that is one really big difference. You can search for users using the e-service search here. So I'm just going to pick someone. Sorry. Any prosecutors in our criminal courts, we have actually we've gotten most all of the prosecutors registered for PeachCourt, unless someone new has joined their court that we're not aware of yet. So you would find any prosecutors in any of the criminal courts listed here so that you could e-serve them. If you search for their name and then click add next to this, we'll serve them as well as any additional courtesy copies that they have listed on their account, such as their legal assistants or office managers. That way everybody gets served and make sure that they get everything in a timely manner. So if I click add, you'll see it populates down here, and you can list an unlimited number of people. There's no limit on that. If you did have someone that's not a PeachCourt user for any reason, you can click add email and manually type in any email address that you need. Excuse me. So I'm just going to remove these for now because we don't want to actually serve them with anything. Let's see. Any questions about the e-service page?
No, not at this point.
Okay. Click next. All right, so this is in Carroll Superior, and they actually do charge the $7 to e-file. So you just select payment method. If you had an internal client reference number that you use in your office to keep track of your files, you could enter it here. It could be numbers, letters, whatever you need to type there. It's a free type field, and we'll put that on the emails that come to you for confirmation and any billing receipts or anything in the billing report for your firm. That will be listed there for your convenience for internal purposes. Next on that. And this is just a summary, so it goes kind of back through everything that you've already done, just so you can be sure you've selected who you're representing. It's going to have the filer information, the firm. You can, confirm the bar number. The clerk gets all of that based on the account that you're signed into at the time when you're filing. That's not something you actually have to enter. You can review your documents. You can actually click on the file there, and that will cause that to pop up, and you can preview it just to be sure you uploaded the PDF that you meant to. And then there's the breakdown of the fees there. And I'm not actually going to submit this today because I haven't warned Carroll that we would have one coming their way they need to reject. So, but if I was going to send this, I would just click submit filing. It would ask me to confirm. I would click yes, and then it would give me a Peach number, confirmation number. And that Peach number is actually sent in the confirmation email as well. If you do any civil, you will notice one difference is that the Peach number for criminal cases starts with a C dash, where civil cases start with an E dash. So that confirmation number does look a little bit different for criminal cases, but it serves the same purpose. So after this was submitted, you would be able to go back to history here if you needed to. It's just a moment for that to come up. A lot has been filed from this account, so it takes a minute for the history to come up. This is our demo account. We have webinars.
Okay.
So it's a large history. There we go. So you have accepted, rejected, and pending. If it's still awaiting the clerk's review, it will be here in the pending tab. When the clerk responds, it will move over here to either accepted or rejected, depending on their response. And you'll also get an email letting you know if it's accepted or rejected. If you get an acceptance email, it will contain links to your file stamp documents. If you get the rejection, it's going to have the comments from the clerk as to why they rejected, and it's going to give you a link to return to the filing to make any corrections and resubmit.
Okay, now, if it's rejected and you have to resubmit, do you have to, are you charged a separate fee?
No, ma'am. I was actually fixing to mention that. So once you submit, you're actually not charged at submission. It's just a hold that's placed on the funds. And if you get a rejection, that hold is immediately voided the minute the clerk clicks reject. If they accept, then that amount will settle. So you may see a pending charge, and when you resubmit, you would see another pending charge, but only one of those would settle. It usually takes 24 to 48 hours for that hold to be released, depending on the bank.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you did get a rejection and you didn't have the email, or for whatever reason, you can click on the rejected tab here. You can click on the filing, and it'll take you right back to it so that you can restart without having to redo everything that you did. If you uploaded 20 documents and only one was wrong, you could click on that and you would only have to replace the one that was incorrect without having to replace 19 others that were correct. So that's a little helpful there. Few extras, we do have the drafts folder here. If you were working on something and you got called away to a phone call, or someone comes in the office, you can go back to it here at the drafts. If you noticed, on each page of the filing process, there was a save as a draft button. You can click that if you're on that page at that time, but every time you click next, we automatically save it as a draft up to that point. So you could always come back here and finish if you needed to.
Okay.
The My Cases section that you see here, once the clerk accepts the filing, the case will be listed in the My Cases section. Just for easy reference, if you need to go back to it to file into it again in the future, you don't have to go to the case search to look for it again. It'll be listed here, and you can just click File over there on the side. So it's just a little convenience there. Let's see, a few extra things. Your account settings over here, you can click on your name, go to your account settings. This up. You need to change the primary email on the account, or if you have additional courtesy copies for paralegals or legal assistants that need to be entered or changed, it would be in this section here. All the user information is stored here, bar information, firm name, and any personal payment accounts. These can be deleted or amended or added in this section. You can pick the default payment method. So if you have more than one, it defaults to one or the other. And you also have the option to change the answer to your security question if you wanted to do that. If you do make any changes on this page, be sure to go down to Submit Changes so that it actually takes effect.
Okay.
And let's see if I have anything else to show you. We do have a knowledge-based website here. Let me go back. So the name of the website is awesome.peachcourt.com. And on that website, you will find an entire section devoted to criminal e-filing. And so it goes back through most of what we just talked about, including a little bit of information for state agencies as well. But just if you did need to know anything and we were after hours or something, you can always come to this little website to see if it's got what you need. But we are also always available at info at peachcourt.com, or by phone number at 1-844-GEORGIA-E-FILE. And we also have our little chat box down here. And we are there from 7:30 in the morning to 5:30 in the afternoon if you need us for anything at all. And even if you send a message through after hours and one of us sees it, depending on if it is time sensitive and you have something that needs to be filed that afternoon, we will go ahead and respond if you need us.
Okay.
So any other questions? That's pretty much it. It's the criminal e-filing, without having to actually ever file a new case. It's actually pretty simple since all you'll be doing is doing subsequent filings. But any questions?
Not at this point. I'm sure they'll creep up once we actually start, to execute.
Yes, ma'am. As I said, we're always here to help. If you have any questions, when y'all do start filing into these cases for the first time, if you run into anything, just shoot us a quick message through the chat box, and we'll be happy to take care of anything that you need.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your assistance.
You're welcome, and I hope you have a great day, and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.